Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning, 9/28/23, and I want to talk about JNUG, JNUG, a gold miner ETF, which yesterday was driving me crazy because it just kept going past support. Well, now it's finally found support here at 2560. About 2567. Like I said yesterday, JNUG is closely tied in with GDX. GDX is a NASDAQ traded gold miner stock that the people that trade gold miners are usually associated with GDX. When you talk about JNUG or Nugget, or the bear side of it, you're talking about DUST, D-U-S-T, and JDST. So right now, JNUG is the twin to JDST. So when this one goes down, JDST is going up. And it really took off the last 3 days. Now what happens is, as we get a topping tail on JDST, we also get a waterfall effect on JNUG, which is what we're looking at here. And it went all the way down to 2463, as you can see right here, and it closed above that trend line. Now that's not unusual. Here it bounced right off the trend line, or maybe it went, well actually if you look at it, you can see it slightly went under the trend line and then closed above, and then we got our first green candle. Here it bounced right off that trend line and went back up. And the reason that trend line doesn't continue is because the trend line changes throughout time. So here, I mean, if I was to go from here straight down, by the time I would have got to here, that line would have went underneath that new bottom. So bottoms and tops change all the time. That's one thing you have to be ready for. You have to be able to adjust to it. So when your stock runs in between these trend lines, whether it's support or it's running into resistance, you have to be ready to buy or sell depending on what that one particular stock is going to do. Here you see a lot more trend lines because I was trying to track this thing. But if you look over here at this topping tail and then this bottom, we've got a head and shoulders pattern forming, and looks like we've just completed the W. And now if you look here, it actually went up above that trend line. It might still tag that upper trend line, and that would put us at 872 to 875 roughly, if it's going to go up any higher. Maybe it falls over from here. But I think this move is probably about done. The reason I say that is because history shows that JNUG in October 1st runs pretty rampant. It can run, last year it seemed to have ran continuously all the way through January, and the year before that it had a nice pop for about a week and then it sold off again. So this is the way I would trade it. I would sell here where it currently is, and then I would buy JNUG and wait for it to bottom and start trailing up. And as long as it bounces within the trend lines, you guys are going to make money. This is the easiest way to trade. It's slower money, but believe me, it's a whole lot faster and a whole lot more money, probably 1,000% more than trading dividend stocks. So you just got to ask yourself, are you a trader or are you an investor? You know, sometimes you got to buy, sometimes you got to sell some stock here to really make some good money. And these aren't short squeeze stocks, so there's nothing really risky about these as long as you're staying within the trend lines. Now, could it go under that trend line more? Well, sure it could. It could also blow up above the trend line. But when you're putting 50% of your money on one particular stock, if it drops below that trend line and keeps going, well, then you just buy the other one. So you're making money on 50% of your money all the time. And eventually you'll be able to sell and go heavy on the one side that's actually down and buy yourself down to the current market value before it blows back up. So that's something you have to be able and ready to do as well. All right. LABU is also kicking ass. I think it's getting ready to blow up something serious here. Let's look at it. Yeah, LABU has bounced off of support and is currently trying to blow through this first resistance point, which I think it's going to, and it should tag that upper trend line. So you know what to do. You buy low, sell high. All right. Any questions or comments, let me know. Bye.